Erimos, the World of Sands, our bi-weekly Dungeons & Dragons campaign here on the Utter Chaos channel, set in a dystopian world where the weave of magic has fallen apart and mysteries are always afoot. I'm your Dungeon Master for the evening. My name's Rob. Joining me today, I have several players. We'll run through the roster, starting with Marion.
Evening all.
Marion is our rogue barbarian. Brandy, the alchemist.
Hello.
Beerus, the monk.
That would be me. That would be me.
And Varl, our Sorkadin.
Fire and blood.
And just hitting the stream now, John Boy, our arcane trickster.
Why, yes, hello.
So, when last we left off our denizens into the unknown, we found them in Terracanon, an ancient dwarvish and gnomish citadel forced underground using nefarious magics. The party battled the unusual clockwork mage named Axel, whom seemed to be allied with the Changing One. During the battle, Varl revealed that she knew the Changing One under a different name at a different time. As the Changing One revealed the same, he assumed a different voice to taunt Varl before she struck him down. Or did she? The mocking tone and mysterious magical nature of his death would make it seem that this is not the end of the Changing One.
Nope, he's dead. He's gone. Never see him again.
Dead forever.
Also during the battle, John Boy was taken by some sort of mental magic that was produced by the Changing One. But why? Rather, how did the Changing One know John Boy was there? How did he see him? John Boy was too far away, and only Marion and Brandy saw him affected by this magic. As Axel was brought into a state of disrepair, the mana that was consisting in him bubbled and broiled to life, creating a living blue creature made of mana itself. A gnomish face protrudes from the ooze-like creature. Is it living? Is it dead? Is it another threat? Let's find out. We begin our story with the party broken, beaten, several of them only with a handful of hit points, standing in front of a monster that they've accidentally made out of giant blue goo, with soulless eyes staring back at them. And that's where we begin.
This does not seem like a creature of nature. I think we should kill it.
I don't
Helen,
think
well
I
met.
can. I'm gonna sit down now. Marion takes a seat and is still slowly he's cooling like a well-done steak. He has very little hair left.
The creature starts looking down at its hands, and its hands reach up and touch its face. And it suddenly gives a face of... Its face changes to one of just horror. By the way, I'll link this again in case you guys forgot.
Nope, kill it with fire.
Hello, friend. Seems like you're in a bit of a new predicament.
Friend.
Be nice. I don't want it to kill us.
Brandy, we
Right.
don't talk to abominations.
You now notice that as it starts talking, its voice starts to change and get higher pitched and higher pitched.
Oh, God.
And suddenly you realize the face sort of constitutes into that of, and the head starts to constitute into that of a gnome.
You came here and attacked me.
To be fair, they did.
Wait, no, we attacked the robot, mechanical man.
I was the robot.
I am very confused. You are not made of metal.
Well, obviously.
I love this voice so much.
And no. I say light it on fire.
No!
What is your relation to Zarlen? I hold the blade to it, at its head, but not like against it or anything. I'm still a couple feet away.
What is Zarlen?
Were you once a gnome?
You
Yeah,
have
of
5
course I
seconds
was.
to answer before I strike you down.
Well, no, ignore them.
Who the hell is Zarlen?
I believe you called him the Changing One.
Come again?
Oh, yeah, I know him.
What is your relation?
Oh. I was studying him.
And what have you learned?
Share your secrets!
Well, I don't quite remember everything. I can try. I don't have a brain anymore. It was left over there.
And he points to the clockwork mage laying on the ground. And indeed, you can see behind that glass face was actually the remnants of what looks like, although disheveled and sort of lacking a lot of water, there is in fact a brain in there.
This is
Brandy runs over to get the brain.
just against everything that I have ever
Hey,
known.
leave that alone. That's mine.
Do you not want it?
Of course I want it. It's mine.
I'm
Brandy
gonna sit
gives
down
him
now.
his brain.
I did my best thinking in there.
Beerus just sit down. He doesn't know how to handle this right now.
He reaches over and takes the brain.
Sweet.
Oh, okay. I think I remember now.
That's how it
Yeah. Oh, can you put your sword away?
As soon as I'm sure you're giving us the information.
works. Leave him alone!
He works for the enemy.
Oh, I don't work for him.
Then prove it, and fast.
How am I supposed to prove it?
Share with us what you learned about him.
Oh,
I'll put my
well, it's kind of complicated, but as far as I can tell, he's been around for, forever?
And the ooze kind of shrugs its shoulders as it says that.
He seems to have an ability to hop body to body. I've been trying to figure out how to do it. You see, a long time ago, I got really sick.
You are a blue goo creature. What are you?
He looks delicious.
No.
I told you,
No.
I was a gnome.
I mean, with butter. I mean, a little bit of saffron. You could make that a meal. Look at that. Calamari? No.
No, look,
John Boy,
look,
no.
But
over
your
there.
magic went wrong,
No.
didn't it?
look over there.
And he points to this over here.
All right, Beerus will walk over there real quick, take a look.
puts hand on sword again.
It won't get back up.
All right, I'm gonna look inside the mechanical reliquary.
Okay. As you look inside the crystal, you see a very small well, not very small, but you see a short, gnomish figure on the inside of the crystal, still wearing black and gold robes. It's nothing more than a skeleton anymore, but the robes are still there.
Huh? I do not understand. I am a Jani. I will die a Jani. You were gnome? Your body is here, but you say your mind is there. This, is, I assume, is magic.
Well, yeah, kind of. It's hard to explain. I don't want to say it's magic, but it's definitely not natural. I started studying the Changing One because I wanted to be able to save my own life. The ooze kind of looks down into the ground.
What are in the other ones? Or should
The
I
other
say
ones-
who?
The other ones were created from elementals, I think.
So you trapped them? Why?
No, I didn't trap them. They got trapped there on their own.
I'm sure.
Listen, you don't have to believe me, but back in the day, when all the planes started merging together, there were elementals that were caught inside crystal, or were caught inside other places. Harvesting them isn't bad.
It's
I would like you
recycling.
to ask them that. Elementals are creatures too.
To be fair, Anvaril, me and John Boy have trapped elementals within us.
They're quite friendly.
Yeah,
And do they
see?
serve you of their free will?
That I do not know. When I call upon him, Salamander helps. I do not know if it is my will forcing him to, or if he even has a will of his own.
I've met plenty of elementals. They know who they are and what they're doing.
Well, ignoring the morality police over there, what can I call you, friend?
Well, I don't know what you can call me now. Now that I look like this.
Where would the Changing One be, if you know?
Once he's freed from his body, he can go anywhere. And as long as he's created another shell for himself, he just goes to another one. What's interesting is, well, you probably won't like what I'm about to say next.
I'm not liking anything you're saying, so go on.
Well, we don't have to keep talking. You can leave.
No! Keep talking, please!
No. Finish what you're saying.
As he starts talking, you can tell, you see his eyes sort of look to your sword, Varl. And then he looks away, and then he looks back at the sword again. And you notice the pupils in his eyes dilate, and the form of his face sort of kind of fade just a little bit and then solidify again.
Oh dear.
Was that your creation?
What was that, Brandy? I'm sorry.
Was that your creation?
What was what my creation?
The sword? Someone's been clearly doing some active research here, and right now you're the only other gnome that I've spoken to is physically in some form of matter.
I was a gnome. Not a gnome anymore.
Well, were you the one responsible for the experiments we've stumbled upon?
Some of them, yeah, but not all of them.
Are you as old as Anvarel?
I'm not really sure. How old are you?
I would not know.
What's your birthday?
I know it's not right to ask a lady her age.
Angels are not born, we are created.
Oh, okay. So when were you created then?
That is still impolite to ask.
She was in one
Okay.
of those machines.
So let's pretend that it's okay for me to ask, and I did that, and then you just tell me the answer.
I do not know if our times match. I am from a different plane.
Ah, I see. I've been to a couple planes before. They're pretty interesting, some of them.
Yes. This one used to be beautiful once. No longer.
Oh? What happened?
That's what I'm trying to find out. What were you saying about the changing one? That I wouldn't like what you had to say?
Well, I think it would change your perspective on the way that elementals exist. You see, once the changing one has left a host, sometimes the host gains life and full sentience and consciousness, just like any other person.
I do not understand.
They're not really undead. They're just kind of a place for a errant soul to go, I guess. Never really could figure it out.
This changing one, does he make the bodies he lives in?
Sometimes. Sometimes he finds, sometimes he creates them. Sometimes he, finds them. It depends.
So, what was the thing that Enoro just cut?
Not sure. Definitely knew it was a changing one, but perhaps if you go up and look at him, you might get your answer. Could be a hodged together homunculus. Could be a full creature that was converted. Typically, there's some sort of blue gem on them somewhere.
To be honest, this is beyond me. I could look at his body and I would not comprehend anything, to be honest. I understand
Pervert.
I understand my lack of knowledge in this field.
Brandy runs over to the body.
No, oh dear.
Oh, just let her poke
Looking at it.
Brandy, as you look at the body, you can see as you you move around the clothing that there is indeed a very small, almost the size of your thumbnail, blue gem in the center breastbone of this elf, and it looks as if there are stitches around the arms, like the arms have been stitched on.
Hey, can I take this gem?
I wouldn't recommend it.
If that's what he's using to trap things, it might make you the next host.
Yeah, I didn't really do a lot of experimenting on those, to be honest. I was more interested in, how he was able to move from body to body more than anything. I did figure it out once, obviously. I had to move my brain over to the... Well, mistakes. Anyway, it's very nice to meet you guys.
Anyway, changing subject. You've been here for a long time. Do
Yeah.
you know of the Ningleknip?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate?
Yeah, my name's Bartleby Daggledy Fnipper.
What?
Yeah.
What?
What's your name?
Brandy?
Nice to meet you, Brandy.
You've got to tell him your last name too to get the full effect.
Brandy Ninglefnipper?
Oh, cool. You must be one of my distant cousins.
I thought gnomes were rare in this land.
They are. It's because most of us left.
Left for what?
Well, believe it or not, there are places a lot better than this.
I believe it.
Do they have food?
Plenty of it. The Fnippers were one of the first clans to actually figure out how to travel from plane to plane, using mana itself. So we all just kind of left. I ended up coming back, but that was because I got sick.
You speak of the plains. I have heard Mandy use the same word in Marion. I don't understand what you speak of.
You know how when you lay on your back and look up at the stars?
Yes.
Imagine each one of those was another Erimos.
But they are bright and they cannot be another world like this.
Yes, I know. But just imagine it, okay?
Alright. I will humor
So-
you.
There are ways to go from place to place where there are less problems with magic, to be quite honest.
We do not need more magic.
Yes, we do.
Magic causes all the issues.
Magic
Only
does
on
cause
this
a lot of
world.
issues.
Other worlds, magic is plentiful and doesn't have these odd side effects.
Yeah.
Barris literally just sits down and goes, magic corrupts and magic...
No, it does not.
Look around you, Bandy. This was all caused by magic.
Yeah,
I'm surprised, actually, that-
with magic as well.
I'm surprised that the Changing One actually showed up. It's really troubling.
Why are you surprised?
Well, the reason that I transported Terracanon down here was to get away from him.
Was he searching for something that you have?
Maybe. I can't imagine what. I mean, all I have are my work notes.
Share.
Well, I'm not going to be using them much anymore. I don't
Yes,
even really have
please.
hands.
What will happen to you?
I'm not really sure, but I don't think I can climb a ladder or a rope in this form, so
We
Pretty
make you a
sure.
body?
Nah, I don't think I should be among normal people.
Well, trust me, we are not normal.
Speak for yourself.
No, she is a gnome. She is not normal.
I have to admit, I'm starting to feel a weird, painful hunger, but it's for, like, that sword right there.
Ooh, that's interesting.
And
Yes, it is.
it's probably better that I stay down here where people won't go anymore.
Yes, we did kill all the people who were down here.
Then can you tell us the fastest exit?
The fastest exit out of here?
Yes.
And also to your notes, unless you have them on your person.
Oh, sure.
And
My
they
notes
wouldn't
are,
happen to
right-
be in the lab that mysteriously burnt down for some reason.
He actually points over here.
If you go down there, it's just a straight hallway into a room that contains my notes. I built a long time ago a rope ladder exit for myself in case something happened. But he looks down at his ooze-like hands. I'm not going to be able to climb it.
Can you fit in a bottle? How does this work? What are you exactly?
I don't know. I don't know what I am anymore.
Brandy presses a bottle up to this, like, weird mushy flesh.
Okay.
Does it work?
It does not.
Nah.
Beerus is searching the changing one's body.
You see the same thing Brandy saw.
Yeah, the difference is I'm trying to grave Rob.
Yep. You also find a small, what you would find as a decorative stick.
Ooh.
I am going to put it on my back.
It's like it's literally like a tree branch that's made out of like a blackened lacquer wood, and it has gold filigree around it. Out of character, it's a wand.
Yeah, Beerus wouldn't know that.
Yeah, I figured.
Then he's going to start searching the reliquaries for any kind of gems or anything valuable on them that he could harvest.
Yeah, there's big fucking gems.
Yeah, he starts trying to pry them off with his sword. Or, sorry, a dagger.
Like the big central gem.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Marion's gonna steal some bits of clockwork to keep as a trophy.
As you start doing that, you hear from the other side of the room. Oh, I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I stop.
They've been in there a really long time, and they're probably not gonna be very happy.
Wait, the things in here are alive?
I don't know. I don't know if they're technically alive to begin with. That's up for debate.
Beerus stops. Okay. No, take the gem. Understood.
I mean, if you wanted to take the hands, they technically are made out of a special sharpened metal. Might be worth some money if that's what you're after.
That sounds good.
I'm
shall
gonna
do
take
that.
some of the claws so that I can stick them onto the outside of the book hammer.
Sure. Each one of the reliquaries has 4 claws. And they're worth around 10 gold pieces.
Oh, nice.
John Boy will go over to the one over here and will also harvest. What a wonderful opportunity to get a hand if our situation.
That guy's funny.
So we have 40 claws in community wealth.
16.
Oh, there are 4 each? I thought there were 10 each.
No, they're worth 10
No,
gold
there's
each.
4. Yeah, they're worth 10 gold each, but there's 4 of them per.
Listen, friend.
Everybody make a perception check. Beerus. Marion. You notice the form of the gnome's face start to fade again, and it starts looking back at Invarl's sword.
We should go now.
We need to leave.
Oh my.
Should we?
Can you
We should-
describe what you're feeling right now?
I'm feeling hungry. I'm feeling very hungry.
What do you-
Oh,
what do
boy.
you mean?
And then his face starts to solidify back together.
I'm sorry. You guys should go.
Nice to meet you. I hope you don't die down here.
Yeah, it seems like an awful fate. If we find legs for you, we'll be sure to come back.
Don't come back here. If you can, seal off the chasm.
But you'll be here to die.
I'm afraid I probably should have died a long time ago.
Did you have anything useful for us on your body? I do not mean to be insulting.
That is super rude.
No,
I mean, a little bit of tentacle would be good for later.
What?
on
John Boy,
my
I still
body?
have food. Shut up.
Oh, you mean this?
The robotic, yes.
Well, you probably could take it with you if you
I'll
can
get
carry it.
I think I'm confused about something.
Sure, what's up?
Wasn't this the exit?
Yeah, I don't know what they're doing.
Okay. The door.
Me too.
Well-
Oh, it is a door, but it's not the exit.
Well, fine. I went to the wrong door.
Okay, I was like 2 people went that way. I'm like, oh, maybe I'm wrong.
I wasn't gonna say anything.
I didn't see where you pinged.
There are things up there.
But if we go up there, we're gonna have to fight the mana monster on the way back.
More than likely, yes.
I have 1 hit point. We need to leave.
Hold on. Brandy
Um,
runs up the stairs to give him a handshake before they leave.
I'm gonna have a conversation with him when everyone leaves.
I tied the robotic body to Marion's back.
How much does it weigh?
It weighs a pretty substantial amount, but not as much as you were thinking. It probably weighs around, I would say around 80 to 90 pounds.
Sweet, I can still move unencumbered.
Oh my god.
Brandy, the gnome, reaches out, or the mana monster reaches out and goes to touch your hand and kind of pulls his hand back and he goes,
I don't know if that's a good idea. Just take care of yourself. Don't make the same mistakes we did.
Yes, do not turn yourself into a mana monster.
I cannot
There is something to
make-
be said for the natural
promise.
course of things. So try not to break that too much, or you could end up like me.
Oh.
Now, you should all go.
Beerus is already halfway up the rope. You do not need to tell me twice.
Farewell, friend.
Later, Brandy.
okay, so all of you guys are heading up.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna talk to him before I leave.
Sure. So Invarl stays behind.
Oh,
If you kill him, I swear to God.
You're not there.
Oh, you should go too.
Oh, I plan on it. But we need to have a conversation first.
Okay.
I know what you are, and I do believe that you know more than you're letting on about what you are.
What do you mean?
You can't survive in that body. Not without something magic to eat. And I look around, there's not much here.
I don't plan on surviving.
Then I'm gonna offer you a mercy.
Jesus.
I'll take out the sword. I can kill you now, so you don't have to suffer the long death. Or you can wait it out here.
Are we not seeing this? Are we in the hallway?
Don't take this the wrong way, but I don't think that sword's gonna work on me.
I have other ways of extinguishing you. It is your life, therefore it is your choice. I do not wish to leave you here to suffer, but I will honor your wishes.
I am going to make a roll. The mana monster looks back at you and nods.
I'll sheath the sword since he said that wouldn't work. And I'm going to light him on fire.
What?
With produce flame and control flame. And the control flame is going to engulf him in like a sphere.
What? It's 'cause it's
Okay.
tax time.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
We spend our tax money on buy a house.
I clicked the wrong one.
I'd just like to point out that John Boy is aggressively climbing up that rope.
Hustle, boy,
Understood,
hustle.
John Boy. As you... Nice, yeah.
There we go.
And Varl, as you hit this creature with your magic, the magic dissipates and enters into its form. The very core center of the creature starts to very lightly glow.
Oh. Oh my.
Would you care to do that again?
I mean, what?
Seems I cannot provide you this mercy then. I am truly sorry. No, that just seems. I was gonna try bashing him to death. I was like, if that doesn't work, then that's gonna be really awkward.
How about I just take a look at that sword? I have a lot of magical knowledge. I could help you. I can help you figure it out.
What was your name again?
Bartleby.
Bartleby. That's what I thought. And I'm gonna leave.
All right, you all climb up the rope ladder then.
Yes.
All right. Do do do. Let's see. As you all move on to the next room, you see a relatively mundane stone room with wooden tables lining each one of the three walls opposite the door. On these tables, you see series of papers, books lying around the room. Over in the corner is a large magical book you recognize as a spell book. The total accumulation of notes within this room would take you years to study, and you can only hold so many.
No, my worst nightmare.
Should I lessen the amount of books?
No.
Randy, I can still carry back of the napkin 30 pounds of stuff.
Yay. Brandy grabs as much as she can carry.
Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say make me an investigation because you can't carry everything.
Yeah.
Nice. And Marion, you're helping as well, so I would give advantage. But you seem to grab all of what you think are the important notes and the spellbook.
Brandy is delighted.
Is there anything else in the room, or just the books?
It doesn't look like there's anything else in the room.
Well, if we're done here, we should leave.
Okay.
So as you guys, out of character, you guys remember he referenced that there was indeed a hidden rope ladder in this. I misspoke earlier when you guys said you were climbing the rope ladder. It was the notes room, and then you find the rope ladder, and then you go up the rope ladder. That was my mistake.
Oh.
Okay.
So that was my mistake. We're just gonna retcon that and say you guys grab the notes, and then you start heading up the rope ladder. How about?
Sounds good.
My
Perfect.
bad.
Good.
Okay.
He was nice.
So
Yes,
Brandy, we'll come
too bad
back
about
to.
his fate.
Sorry. Brandy, we'll come back to what you've gleaned from those notes in a little while. You'll see what I have planned for that.
Excellent.
But as you guys are climbing, this is a good role play opportunity. So I'll let you guys say what you need to say.
Guys, I have things that hurt I didn't know I had.
Yes, perhaps we should rest in town.
I would like a very large amount of beer and a very large amount of sleep.
Unfortunately, we don't have beer.
I will find a way.
I'm missing a couple of scales. In places I didn't realize I had scales.
I'm 5/6 burnt meat.
I suppose I could
I smell
go
delicious.
for a rest.
John boy, I am not food.
So, Unvarl, did you learn anything sticking back there for a little bit? You didn't murder him, did you?
No, but I tried.
Figures.
He unfortunately will have to live out his existence as a mana-consuming abomination.
Brandy
feel
just
for him.
ponders that.
As you all ascend to the surface, you find yourself breaking into daylight. More important, as you climb, you hear the sounds of running water. And as you climb
Perfect.
higher, you see the stone catacombs give way to sandstone that mimics the sand that you saw above.
It is good to see the light of day again.
I like the sound of water. Let's go get some more of that. It's been such a long time since I've had a drink.
I second that.
Some of us remembered to bring sufficient supplies.
I drank some of that water in the cavern, so I'm pretty good.
Brandy investigates the water.
Okay. Brandy, you can see that the running water seems to be coming from the rocks. Like the sound itself is coming from the water from the rocks, and you can tell that it's a tad moist around you as you reach out your hand.
Okay.
And that's what you get.
Okay.
Are we at the top yet?
I just didn't know if Brandy was going to keep climbing.
Yep.
But as you climb higher and higher, you start to hear commotion and find yourselves suddenly peeking up from beneath a wrought iron gate. From the bottom, you can see different colored cloths overhead, and every once in a while, a wayward boot steps on the grate.
Right.
The air is fresh but warm. It appears to be midday as you reach up from below the gate. The gate looks easy enough to lift if you all work together.
John Boy.
All right, let's do it.
Is
I
everyone
feel like this is
behind
a
Brandy
trap.
right now? Or is
We should
Brandy
make
the
sure.
only one that climbed up?
I think we're all
Okay.
behind you, because I climbed.
We're
Okay.
all up there.
Push the gate out of the way.
Okay, so you guys make room for Mary.
Yeah.
Okay. Marion, you climb up and go ahead and make me a strength. Oh yeah.
Does it hit anybody?
No, but you hoist it off substantially and scare quite a few townspeople.
Yeah, you hit a child. No.
So, if I can do the color, there's just people just walking around, and then a sewer grate pops out of the ground into the air, and out comes a shambling, steaming, smelling of roast orc monster with a
Ew.
pile of books and a robot golem on its back.
I love it.
Gets out as soon as possible.
I like the image of Brandy kind of like struggling a little bit to hoist herself over the lip of this opening.
Just hold on 2 seconds. I'm getting your tokens all square.
Oh,
John
sweet.
Boy's head just barely squeaks up above the hole, looking very slyly from side to side with his lizard eyes before a tongue comes up to taste the air. And then finally, once convinced that it's not terrible, he'll slither out, keeping low.
Where do we go now? Everything hurts.
Ooh.
You all break out into the central market of Coughlin. Did you hear?
It's good to be out in the sun again. I stretch.
I groan.
You get quite a few unusual looks from onlookers around you.
I'm gonna look for somebody that's selling alcohol and somebody that's selling healing potions.
I think it would be best for us to perhaps blend in, given we just crawled out of the ground.
Well, considering the first person that crawled out of the hole was a giant half-orc with a clockwork mage strapped to his
Fair
back.
point.
That ship has sailed across the sands of hopelessness.
Yeah, valid.
I'm going to yell to the nearest passerby. You! Where can I find alcohol? And where can I find a healing potion?
Me, sir. Well, you could go to the Blade and Barrel.
Do they have healing potions?
No.
Thank you for answering the first part of my question. And I'm going to continue asking this of passersby until someone tells me where I
Oh
can get
my
a healing
God.
potion.
Can't Brandy make healing potions?
They are temporary.
It's gonna take you a
As-
little while.
So, Marion, as you pass by one person, as you're passing by, you hear somebody say, "Hey, did you hear about the new shop yet?"
What shop might that be?
Oh, it doesn't even have a name yet. It's on the north side over there. Guy makes potions.
Brandy?
More importantly, he makes glass tubes and baubles and lanterns and stuff.
This sounds fantastic. Thank you. Brandy, I will need
welcome,
you as
mister.
a consult. I flip to see if the potions are good. Let's go.
And then he just like grabs Brandy and then just walks
Marion's
away.
going. People can come with as friends or as luggage.
I assume you're thinking she filled it up with toilet water.
I have nowhere else to be, so I'll go.
I'm assuming you think she filled it up with toilet water.
The young man.
Alright, love ya. Bye. Jesus. Yeah, Lila.
Hello?
Hello.
Huh?
I feel like you stopped in the middle of a sentence.
Oh, I'm sorry. He was referencing this building over here that I've marked on the map. I marked the entrance anyway.
You're not silly.
So, are you going over there?
I do not see it.
Yeah, I think we're all
You need
going.
to zoom out. There's a red X up top.
Oh, you're on it.
Yeah. Okay. Are you entering the shop?
Yes, sir.
Okay. As you enter, you notice hearths blazing away and a very light blue-skinned male tiefling with black hair. He has a long pole stuck inside this furnace, and he's moving it back and forth in his hands. He's wearing thick leather gloves, and as you enter, he turns and looks at you, and he waves at a young female woman and says, Sydney, I have customers. Here, take over. Hi, how can I help you?
Not a female woman.
They're the rarest kind.
Shut up. I meant to say female human.
I heard a dastardly rumor that you sell healing potions. Is that accurate?
Well, more often than not, we actually sell the potion bottles. I do have a few healing potions, but I came across them by chance alone, so I can't let them go for cheap. They're very rare around here.
Yeah, we have some very exotic metal hands that we could give you as a possible trade.
I need to keep 3 to put in the book hammer. Beyond that, I don't care.
We have other
Oh.
hands too. How many hands are you asking for?
Metal hands?
Yeah, see? John Boy throws a giant one of them on top of his table.
He wants a
Huh.
live hand. We're haggling.
Well, this is exquisite work. I'm not a metallurgist, but
I assure
He
you, it's
picked-
very handy, but you could probably get
Ah.
at least 20 gold for this.
Go ahead and roll a persuasion roll.
I mean, you could do a nice, orderly thing and just help us out. Why not?
How many of these do you actually have?
Save one for me.
We have 12 for trade.
Well, I have 3 furnaces, and he takes one of the hands over, and he pulls on one of the mechanisms, and it closes around the pole. And he takes off his leather glove and grabs onto the wrist of the hand and lifts it up and pulls out the pole. Attached to the end of the pole is a fiery ball of glass, swirled in all different colors.
That's quite pretty.
I seem to be able to find some use for these. Maybe I could attach them to the end of the pole. Certainly could help. I could take, well, I have 3 furnaces. I could take 3 off your hands, but 20 gold is a little steep. How
Have you
about
ever
this?
seen their like before? You might never find something as good again.
I mean, weren't your health potions steep?
You guys can go ahead and roll persuasion rolls if you want.
Nailed it.
So, listen, it's like, come on. Can I use my reaction to cover Brandy's mouth before she says something terrible?
Sure. Well, I'll take. How about I take 4 off your hands? I could use them for my experiments. I'm playing around with a new idea.
So, 4's worth, and what's that worth to you in healing potions? Let's keep it simple, a trade.
Let me think. If you give me 3 of these, I can let one of my healing potions go. Just a standard healing potion.
I suggest you agree to 2. 3 is a bit steep, don't you think? These are very unique items.
While
I
the
could
rest
do
of you are
2.
talking, Brent wants to look around the rest of
Unfortunately, I only have 3 healing potions Normally, I'd charge 100 gold pieces for them.
Would you be interested in the arm bone from a skeletal giant?
Not even a little bit.
Worth a shot.
Well,
What
how about
about one of these? I put down a ruby.
and how much did I tell you that ruby?
You did not. You just said I had 2 rubies.
Oh, that's right. Let me check my notes real quick. This is why I always keep session notes, man. Well, if you give me this and the 3 claws, I'll let you have all 3 of my healing potions.
2 claws. And 1 of the rocks.
Why are we holding on to these claws?
Deal.
Cool.
Pleasure doing business.
So go ahead and mark down 3 healing potions.
I'm keeping 1.
I definitely get 1 for that ruby.
I've used healing potions to save other party members twice now, so can I have 2?
Yeah, as long as the one has one to heal me, I'm fine.
I got magic, so I'm good.
Randy, do you want to restock on glassware?
Magic ninjas.
Yeah, I'd like to actually look around this shop a little more. Is there anything else that?
Yeah, that's some
would be-
bomb-ass investigation.
Yeah. I just
Oh,
waiting.
Brandy, I didn't see you roll an investigation. Okay. Brandy, as you are looking around the shop, you start poking around at some of the glass tubes and vases and things like that. You notice through the curtain into a back room, you can see something else created out of glass that looks sort of angular.
I love angles.
That
He
is the weirdest
quickly-
statement I've ever heard.
As you say that, he looks to you. He looks in the direction you're looking in, and quickly runs over to the purple curtain and closes both sides more tightly behind his back. Oh no! That's not for anyone's eyes yet.
What do you mean?
It's an experiment I'm working on, and I don't want my apprentice. He looks over at her. She's very feverishly working away. She needs to walk before she can run.
Well, based on what I've seen, it seems that you've gone about it wrong. You could really use a more professional eye to get her going on the right.
She's doing just fine, young lady.
Whatever you say. I've seen a lot of failed experiments in my day. Trust me, safety's important.
Beerus,
Practice what you preach.
yeah, Beerus glares as she says that.
Marion lets the burns hide his expression of disbelief.
So what do y'all fit to do?
Perhaps go to that inn we heard about.
I would like a nap.
We could just go back to Jarul's Inn.
Brandy wants to hyperfixate on what's behind that curtain.
Brandy, do you want to stay behind and talk to the nice shopkeeper? We can, you can meet us back at Jarul's place.
I suggest we go and rest. I believe most of my scales that were very much mentioned before are bleeding profusely.
I am walking charbroil.
Okay, so you all are heading back to the Blade and Barrel?
I don't want to go back.
You can stay out.
Yeah, you
Yes.
can do whatever you want.
I'm going to that place.
Fine, I'll stay here, all by myself.
Yes, Ashlyn, I have 1 hit point. I want to go take a nap.
Beerus growls and goes, I will stay with Brandy.
Thank you for your sacrifice.
Come
Don't
find
let
us
her
when
light
you need
anything on
help.
fire.
Okay. Beerus and Brandy stay here. And I'm going to move you 3 off of the map.
Yay, splitting up the party.
Always a good decision.
Whee!
You
I
go
don't
that way.
want to die.
I'll go home.
Oh god, it hurts! Why does it hurt?
Okay. So you guys stay behind and you guys start walking through the streets. As you guys are walking through the streets, I need you to roll me a 1d8.
Oh boy.
I got it. Or not.
Wait, who was that for?
No, I just needed somebody out of that group to roll it.
Oh, sorry.
As you're walking through the streets, you can't help but overhear someone talk off in the distance. Yeah, did you hear about Mastuya? Heard they convinced those crazy-ass elves to trade finally. And that's it.
I'll turn to John Boy. Are elves plentiful here?
What?
John Boy? John Boy is distracted.
I'll take your silence as a no.
Hey, I don't know.
That's true. So you all continue on, and you make it to the Blade and Barrel.
Perfect. I wish to purchase food. And water.
As you walk into the Blade and Barrel, boop, boop, boop. I'm going to bring you over to the... I'm not going to bother putting your tokens on here, but as you walk up to the Blade and Barrel, you notice the same. You notice Gerald standing behind the counter. You do not see the Dragonborn that usually works with him.
I'm gonna grab John Boy and we're gonna go over and let John Jarul know what happened to Tenris.
Agreed.
He might want to know, and as I recall, you and him have a bit of an extra working relationship.
This is true.
Okay, so you walk over to the bar, and what do you say? As you sit down, my friends, yes, it's good to see you again.
It's good to see you as well. How have you been?
Business is business. Jada loves business.
For the low price of 2 non-hallucinatory alcohol beverages, I will give you some very interesting new information.
It
I would
is
also
very
like
much
some
worth
food.
it. I would also give my full
You're all
support
kind
behind
of-
you.
You can see his eyes widen very wide, and this would probably be very unusual to Marion, but not unusual to John Boy, as the secondary eyelids that are part of Ajani start flickering a couple of times, and he looks at the clockwork creature you have slung over your back. What is this?
That's not even the information at hand.
Hey, don't sell my robot.
Well then. He turns around and he grabs 2 mugs and he fills them full of beer. And
I would like
he,
a menu.
What?
What do you sell for food?
Wait, hasn't Varl been here?
Briefly, like 2 seconds, which we just came in and immediately talked to this guy.
Gerald does not have this menu.
That's why I explained. What do you have for food?
He looks over at Marion. This one's not good at the talking, yes.
Not particularly. But
He's better with his fists.
But I would like to ask you a question. Have you seen your friend, rival, business, enemy, unknown entity, Tenris around?
Gerald starts looking over and he grabs a bowl and starts spooning some mutton into the bowl, and he slides it over to Invarl, and then hands her a like wrought iron spoon to go with it. Jarl has not seen him in some time.
Would you like to know why?
I take a bite of the food. How does it taste?
It is. It's not very good. It's very salty. But
Scale of 1 to 10.
Probably like 4, 5-ish. Passable.
Continues to eat it.
Did you order the one that has the extra bones in it?
Are the extra bones enjoyable to eat?
To me, they are. Extra calcium.
I wish for this one as well. I'm just like anime style, like scarfing it down.
You wish for another bowl, yes?
Yes, different if you have. I wish to try many things.
He kind of gives an eyebrow over to Marion and John Boy.
This concept
paying
of
for
food
these?
is delicious.
How much
And
for
I-
the bowl?
I'll start you a tab, yeah?
Works. So, back to Tenris.
Tenris started working for the Changing One.
I would say that his employment is at an end. Mainly due to an arrow taking up a not insignificant portion of his brain.
This could be good, this could be bad. It could be good as we have one less threat, yeah? But it could be bad.
And whatever body the Changing One was in, he's in a different one now.
What do you mean?
Oh, she stabbed him. Very effectively.
Stabbed him.
She was very enthusiastic about stabbing him. I think it's the happiest I've ever seen her.
It was a good time.
What do you mean? What do you mean he went to a body?
Well, he changes, So, unless he's dead, and he just didn't seem worried enough about it to be dead, something's going on. When you're called the Changing One, and you don't seem very concerned about getting stabbed to death, it makes me think you might have a backup.
Gerald does not like this. I have to admit, I thought all that nonsense was a rumor.
Do you have any bread?
Uh,
I have learned I
Gerald-
like bread.
Gerald, with his arms crossed in front of him, like, shows you his open palm as like
Does he tail whip
and
bread at her?
and looks over at Marion and to give him the sort of like this motherfucker right here look.
I was like, just, Varl, finish your order. Get as much as you want, but we have more important things to talk about than bread.
I'm sorry, I thought this was a business.
I'm gonna grab a loaf of bread and throw it at Envarl.
I want to catch it with my mouth.
Just a whole
Make a
loaf of
dexterity
bread.
save.
Just a whole loaf of bread. Just
My
gnawing it in
God.
half. At least it's not mozzarella sticks.
I'll say you like half catch it and you have to grab it with your hands, but you do get a substantial piece.
Ah, thank you. I bite into
Okay,
it and
Jerome.
eat it.
Now that my friend is distracted, what were you saying?
Well, I thought the business with the Changing One was a rumor. Now, I've heard of this rumor before, being able to change body to body. I did not want to believe it was true.
I'll say for my part, I did not see him move into another body. I can really say he was very... That's the most nonchalant I've ever seen someone about being stabbed, and I've seen a lot of people get stabbed. Usually they're very worried about it. Or screaming.
Yes, it's very troubling. With Tenris dead, there's going to be a power vacuum on the streets.
So, is there a short list of people in line to take over the underworld?
Hmm.
How do I put? So how would someone put their name in for consideration? Just start killing the rest of them? Is there a flyer? Do I need to post an application
Why
to a
would you
door?
think Gerald, the businessman, would have information about this?
Because you're
Droll,
not a very good businessman.
I'm a simple man, but I'm not a stupid. I'm a simple orc. I'm not a stupid orc. Let's be fair, all right? There are no other customers in here. Let's be straightforward. I know it's not your usual forte.
There's probably no customers because of the service.
He pumps his hands back and forth. All right, all right.
Humble barkeeps don't send parties of adventurers to gnomish pyramids.
Yes, yes, that's fair.
So about the application process, does it have to be in writing, or do I just bash someone's skull in and throw them through a barroom door?
And also, do you have any fruit?
There isn't any fruit in Erimos.
In the whole world?
Well, not in this part. Not that you can eat, anyway.
Understandable.
Most of the fruit that grows doesn't survive or get plump because of water. It gets plump because of the, acid. But that being said, we can talk about this after you've gotten a little rest. You look weary.
after the rest of the party gets back, but especially once John Boy and I have rested, let's talk more about this power struggle. You might have an opinion as to how you'd like it to go.
Jeddah likes the sound of this.
For now, do you offer baths here? Or a very efficient shower?
What?
Now Gerald looks over at Varl and gives this motherfucker right here look.
Yep.
Fair. My mistake. I'm gonna go fall asleep.
You're gonna have to go roll in sand like a chinchilla.
I'm going to go and switch to the other party. Kurt, you
I'm here.
goody. Back in the glasswork shop. The blue tiefling is standing in front of the curtains.
Brandy, this is his shop. This is his home. You are bothering him in his shop. We have been standing here for 15 minutes and you stare at him.
Fine.
The young girl that's off to the side, rolling the tube back and forth, looks up. It looks as if she's been listening the whole time. You should just show him. You should just show them. I don't think that's a good idea. He sort of kind of relents and drags his hand behind him, splitting the curtain, and behind it you see what looks to be full breastplate made of glass.
Ooh!
That is interesting craftsmanship.
It's beautiful.
Yes, it's an idea I had. Now, I've been working on the side for quite some time, but this particular type of glass is very hard to find.
Brandy investigates the breastplate further.
You'd have to get closer, and I don't think he'll let you. You can try, though.
How do you reinforce the glass to act as an actual armor? Wouldn't it just break?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. It's actually a special type of volcanic glass. He actually turns around because you show interest and takes it off of the T-bar it's sitting on and places it on the table in front of you. I have to admit, it's not perfect yet. There are still some pieces here and here I haven't been able to figure out how to get to work. My idea was to create a full suit of armor, but it's pretty much just a breastplate at this point.
Interest.
Never mind.
How does it reduce your mobility? Is it heavy?
No, it's made of glass. It's not very heavy, and like I said, it's a volcanic glass, so it's actually quite light. Here, pick it up for yourself.
Beerus just puts it gently, like as if holding someone's child, lifts it up, feels the weight, and then slowly puts it back down.
It's not as heavy as a steel plate, but it's definitely not what you would call light.
Does it restrict your movements?
I'd imagine about as much as any other breastplate in this form that it's currently in.
Interesting. What benefits would it have over a traditional breastplate? Or is it just for show?
Well, I originally created it just for show, but I'd imagine if you were... He kind of has to stop and think about that for a minute. Well, from what I've seen, it's pretty good at deflecting a blade, but not very good at deflecting a hammer, if you catch my meaning.
Huh.
And no, this looks good for a noble. I think they would use it as a display piece. I do not know its actual versatility in combat.
Yes, like I said, it's still something I'm working on. I do appreciate your input, though.
Brandy wants to offer any advice, but she rolled a 2 on insight.
So she just kind of like spits and sputters and just kind of
I
looks
thought
at it.
insight was on if he's lying.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
typically what that would be.
Insight's
If
to read
you're
people.
trying,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like their intentions.
Knowledge arcana or like nature?
Yeah, I wasn't exactly sure. I wasn't exactly sure how to.
That's where 5e has a slight issue. It doesn't really have something for like crafting.
I would guess you could count the investigation as investigating the nature of the object.
Or under the tools. Like,
Then I
not
guess I'll
using
just
the
throw that
tools
back
to
at
build them,
Rob.
but if you have proficiency with them, then you would know how it would work.
I would like her to offer some kind of advice as a show of both goodwill and like from one crafter to another.
Sure. Why don't we do this? So you have the Tinkerer ability, and that allows you to use Tinkerer's tool. I'm looking at your character sheet right now, and it doesn't look like you have Tinkerer's tools on your actual toolkit. I'm not really sure why that is. So why don't we just roll like a basic intelligence roll?
Yay!
You start to try to point out different parts where the armor could be reinforced, and you also start pointing out that like different ways it could be made, areas it could be thickened and lightened to make it a little bit better. And he nods very excitedly. Oh, I will have to do that for the next one. You see, the problem is that once one of these is created, it's sort of stuck in the form that it's in until it's heated very, very hot.
Where did you say you got this material from?
I'd rather not say.
A volcano, obviously. He said volcanic.
Yes, thank you.
I had to do some pretty serious trading.
Jesus Christ.
What do you mean by that? 'Cause My friends have a good stash of robotic hands that apparently are rather valuable.
I have a mutual trading partner down south in Gellenkanen, and he knows of a place where this could be mined. The mine is located within the Coppertop Wastes to the east.
Okay, go lay down.
How is your supply of this material? Would you be willing to strike up some kind of crafter's partner?
I'm afraid not. I only have enough to work with what I want to work on, and I have to wait months in order to get enough just to work on one thing. No,
Do you
anyway,
want to go to a volcano?
I have to get back to work.
If I had a hat, I'd tip it.
No, no. Don't walk
You
away.
should buy a hat.
I don't have ears to hold on my head.
Curses.
So you want a bolero so it ties underneath your chin.
That would look so ridiculous.
That would be the greatest.
Yes.
Very touristy.
Alright, so what y'all doing?
I'm all
Alright.
set.
Fine.
Okay, so you
I was
guys
just- I was
are-
here to make sure Brandy didn't do anything crazy.
Okay, so you guys are heading out of there?
Marion's sleeping. I gotta go change over some laundry.
Alrighty.
Yep.
Brandy would like to find either an upgrade in weapons or armor.
You use magic. You can't wear armor.
I am weak.
You know what? They have this type of armor that mages wear. I do believe it is called mage armor.
Don't have.
It's a spell.
I don't.
You don't have mage armor?
No. You think that I went this far without having that?
What?
If she doesn't eat it, make sure you eat it.
Okay. Rice?
Applesauce.
Applesauce.
Put the rice away. She'll forget.
Okay.
Anywho, Brandy would like to look around the stalls and see if there's anything else of interest.
Alexa, turn
Okay.
your lights off.
Beerus is acting like that kid being dragged behind his parents as they're shopping.
Okay, I need you to roll a 1d8.
Brandy, do the. Yeah, you go.
I had to put my beer down, sorry.
Okay, roll again, please.
That work?
As you're moving around the market, you overhear. Yeah, those Rama. Hard as stone, but every stone breaks.
Beerus stops. He looks to see who's talking.
It seems to be a man. He's wearing a blue hood, like a deep, sort of like royal blue hood, and his back is to you. He's smoking a pipe, and he is looking to another person wearing a sort of grayish, tattered robe. Underneath it is a human with a goatee, and he, the one in the gray robe, raises his eyes to you, and the person in the blue robe turns around to see you, and you notice that the person standing there is a very facially scarred elf.
All right. Beerus, literally, as he says that, he stops and goes, "What did you say?"
Hey, that might be one of them right now. What, you didn't hear?
Hear what?
I gotta give it to you, Ramut. Y'all is hard as stone. There's a war going on. Orcs from Eldelbis came from east to west. Happens all the time over there. But this time around is a little bit different. Got themselves some new friends. Some weird mystics from way out in the desert. Never seen him before. Don't know how long before they break. But like I said, every stone breaks.
Unless its core is made of diamond. Thank you for the information, my friend.
He holds out his hand.
I flip him a coin, a copper.
Brandy watched this happen and does not understand.
As the copper lands in his hand, he goes, "Fucking a Johnny." He puts it in his pocket. Cheap bastards.
Motherfuckers.
What was that about?
The Ramut is my clan. It is where myself and John Boy come from. We must be going.
Okay. Why did you just pay that man?
He gave me information. You pay for services, yes?
Yes, I am growing increasingly suspicious. And curious.
We shall walk as we talk.
Okay, I can do that.
As you would pay a person to cut your hair, he is an information broker. Nothing is free in this land. Hearing that my home, my family, my clan, my tribe is in danger and being attacked is worth money to me.
Whoa. Right now?
Apparently. Probably in the past. If it takes time for the information to travel. I must find John Boy.
Fair enough. I'll follow you then.
All right, where are you going?
I am heading back to the oh my god, I can't remember, Southern Barrel. Train turned off.
Yeah, Blade and Barrel.
There you go.
Okay. So, you walk.
Yeah, Beerus is walking with a purpose and a look of
Brandy's
fury in his eyes.
jogging behind.
Who's still remaining at the bar? Marion said he was going to sleep. And Varl's probably sitting at the bar. Does that seem accurate?
Yeah, sure.
And John Boy, are you still around?
Oh yeah.
Okay. You all see Beerus burst through the door with Brandy in tow. Brandy is struggling to keep up, and Beerus looks like he is on a mission. As you come in, Gerald looks up. Ah, how's my favorite Ajani? No offense, John Boy.
Hey.
I have just heard troubling news, Droll. You may know more.
And what is this you need help with?
The Ramut are under attack.
I have heard a little bit of this, but I thought it was just rumor. This keeps happening to me. But the Ramut are always fighting the orcs. What makes this different?
Apparently, the orcs have looked for help from mystics in the desert.
Mystics. He reaches back behind him and he shuffles around some papers in a shelf and he busts out a map of Erimos. As he looks down at it. Yes, I see. So this is the stronghold of the orcs.
One second, my computer's not letting me scan over, darn it.
Sure.
Okay, I'm good now. Thank you.
Okay. So your people are here. Good defensible position.
I can't see the ping.
Oh, God. How do I change my color again? Hold on.
It's not just your color, it's, this is a very large map.
So it is where... So if you can find Coughlin.
Yep.
Okay, it is to the east.
Okay. I see it now.
It is a good defensible position. Mountains on all sides, and the deep chasms stop the cavalry. The orcs, they're over here. As you both well know, most of you are trained in the ways of fighting these orcs. Rumor has it that they know some sort of sneaky tunnels going through the Coppertop Wastes and into the Ash Plains. That whole mountain range.
This is true. One moment, guys. I have a call from my work.
Sure.
Hello?
So as that's going on, Jaral is literally still funneling as like different foods at Invarl. Constant.
And what do you call this one?
He's like practically almost, if a Najani could sweat, he's sweating. Okay, this one is called Dwarvish mutton.
Oh.
And it is Dwarvish because it's got beard hair in it.
Oh,
How does that one taste?
Yeah, then we don't have her.
That particular one, as soon as you eat it, it feels like a stone in your stomach. It fills you. You can feel it fills you very quickly.
This one makes my insides feel weird.
But as you chew it, it's gritty, almost like
We don't have a
chewing sandy meat.
Many textures. And it's like obnoxiously chewing at it. Wonderful. What next?
He kind of like looks around and he looks sort of panicked. And he just kind of like starts walking off. And he comes back with a...
Right, but okay, when they use
Do you still want food or are we switching to drink yet? I have much more drink than I have food.
He can't pay for it.
I haven't
You see
tried
what I'm
many drinks yet. I know that
So
I
none of
like
this makes
food.
sense.
Perhaps drinks I would like. What do you
Good.
suggest?
Okay. Bye bye.
Hmm. Well, you know, if Marion's paying the tab.
Marion wakes up.
Sorry about that. Some guy showed up at my store saying he is working for Grubhub and he's picking up an order for somebody that doesn't exist, and we don't do Grubhub, so.
Gotta love it. You can cut in conversation, Brandy. That's fine.
Save my money.
Wait, I didn't hear that Marion had a tab running.
Marion did not understand what he was doing before he went to take a nap.
Oh, this is fun.
But now you're
Yeah.
gonna have to live with it because I am taking a long rest.
Marion said he
Brandy.
opened tab with me.
I'd like some of your best water.
You should try some of the dwarvish mutton. It's very texturous.
I can hear you chewing it from here, and I will pass.
All right.
Uh,
I would like the
Um,
food with the extra bone. John Boy says it's very crunchy.
it's always the Ajani with the extra bone. I like it myself. It's very tasty. So he goes over and he gets a bowl of food for the two of you, and he slides a mug of water in front of Brandy, and he slides a mug of mead in front of Envarl.
With a mouthful of food, Brandy's like, "Wow, Marion sure is great having made this, open this tab for."
Yes, I don't know what any of those words mean, but I'm sure it's very good. And I drink them.
So, these mystics.
Yes, I have heard that some of the mystics of the sandworms.
The orcs have their shaman. Us Ajani, we tend to stick away from the magic, my tribe.
Yes, well, you see, the orcs have their shamans, yes. These mystics are a little bit different. So, John Boy and Beerus know that the sandworms are giant subterranean annelidia that they have very large sort of crab-like legs that come out of their mouth and a whole slew of eyes on top of their head. They're known to produce when they breach, they can find underground water, and that's how they sustain their life, their need for water. And when they come up, they expel some of it through their skin. It's known that the very desperate will find a way to extract that water and drink it. But the side effect is that it makes them, it's like a hallucinogenic, and it's addictive, and it turns them into crazy, insane people. And they're cannibalistic sometimes, and sometimes they're absolutely insane. Sometimes they can organize into cults as well.
We have hunted the worm before, as we hunt all things in the desert.
Yes, the worm is a big foe. But if the mystics have sided with the orcs, That could be a problem. The question is why.
Maybe the orcs are getting desperate.
The orcs are always desperate. And Varl, I need you to make me a wisdom save.
Oh no, I'm sloshed.
And Varl, you start seeing things. You are looking at John Boy, and you suddenly see he doesn't really have scales. It's actually fur, and he's sitting there, and he looks like he's covered in yellow fur now instead of yellow scales.
Oh, look, I'm fuzzy. How delightful.
I feel as though that has always been, and I will not question it further.
And as you start looking at Jaral, he starts morphing into different colors and shapes, and he's very unusually, like the sound of his voice speeds up and slows down. Everybody looking at Envarl, her pupils turn enormous.
Look at Draw. You gave her the bee drink, didn't you?
Nice! High five!
He leans down and he puts a hand up to block everybody else hearing him. I had to do something. She was eating me out of house and home.
That is a fair point.
Just starts petting John Boy. You're so fluffy.
How come she's not crying?
She probably has a better constitution than you.
Fair.
So are you going to be heading back home, Beerus?
At this point, I must. If the tribe is in trouble, they will need me. They will need something.
Well, in that case, I'm gonna need more healing potions.
I would love to say I was the strongest in my tribe. That would be false. I am in trial. That does not mean that they will not need me. I have fought many battles against the orcs. It is, as I am ashamed to say, why I was first hesitant around Marion.
Well, to be fair, you did get to punch him quite a few times.
I think that was working out some issues I have against his people.
Jaral just chuckles. Well, if you plan on heading home, make sure you stock up. It's quite a long journey from there to here. Especially because the Ramut are partially nomadic. They skirt around that area, so that way they cannot be found.
It is hard to attack what you cannot track. The best part of an Ajani in the desert is as we walk, our tails swing and brush the sand, leaving no tracks behind.
So, let's be honest here. Marion went back upstairs with that clockwork creature. When are you going to sell it to Jaral? Jaral wants this.
Hey, Gerald! What did you do with the mana?
Jadal sold it, of course.
Damn it. To who?
Jadal does not give away his business partners.
Hmm.
And that includes you.
Don't insult the massive flashing lights, Brandy.
What?
He has to save the kingdom later.
We will need supplies.
How are you
for
doing
this trip.
over there in Varro?
I am in a happy place.
That is good. Something tells me you haven't been there for quite some time.
Yeah, that seems true.
She never smiles.
The last time I was killed. And stuffed in a machine.
Just pointing out Brandy is or has been focusing on the water to create a healing potion.
Sure.
Barris is very confused. What is it with people now who I am meeting who have been killed and then come back? You are now number 3 today that has told me this.
What does Barris look like?
Beerus kind of looks like if you took the normal Ajani eyes and sort of like mashed his face around. Like, remember when you played Super Mario 64 for the first time, you just kind of fucked up the face?
Yeah.
It looks like that. But it's the eyebrows are pulled all the way up.
I'm just like trying to track the eyebrows.
Girl, I will speak to Marion and the rest of the party. But we will need supplies to make it to our home. My home.
Yes, that will be difficult. I would work on securing yourself some sort of cart or caravan. It's 12 to 14 days to the camp, depending on where they're located.
Yes. Well, Beers has a big lizard grin on. I seem to have a mechanical man that I could possibly trade for supplies.
Jada likes where you're going with this.
Brandy orders another water.
What do I look like, a Bart? Oh, I suppose I am. He turns around and gets you another mug of water.
Proceeds to make another healing potion.
Where is the large scale who is normally here?
Sorry? Can you say that again?
So where is the large scale that is normally here? The Dragonborn.
Oh, okay. Sorry.
He's referring to him as a large scale because Dragonborns have quite a bit larger scales than Ajani.
Yep. For some reason I thought you were talking to Brandy. My bad.
Oh no, you're good.
He. Yes. Denkai. He has the night off tonight.
That is fair. You cannot work all the time.
He kind of clears his throat a little bit. You might be working downstairs if you catch my drift.
Ah. Good to know.
So, what about you, John Boy? Will you be returning home as well?
Home for me is one of those things that's really more about where's the nearest small hole with some rats or other things that I can eat in it. My clan has always been important, but it might be time for me to go somewhere more exotic.
At that, Gerald kind of raises an eyebrow.
Eris is literally shaking his head.
Ambrio's head shakes to try to follow the eyebrows. Where are they going?
Well, you guys have some food for now. It looks as if the sun's still up, but a sandstorm might be rolling in. You can stay here if you wish. I'm not going to run a bath, but it's a free bed.
You are too kind.
Of course. I'm getting my own clockwork man out of it. We'll talk about your supplies in the morning.
I believe Brandy would like to investigate the mechanisms. Maybe she can
Definitely.
see how some of them work.
Gerald has no problem with this. But Gerald only has buyers coming through every once in a while, so do not take too long. Coughlin is a stopping point. Gotta catch the fire while it's hot.
That is fair. Though, I will warn you, when we acquired this particular artifact, it was inhabited by the brain of a gnome.
Inhabited?
It was able to cast magic, even.
Yeah, he was real nice.
Gerald's eyes get enormous. What did you say? It can cast its own magic?
It was being... I do not understand how it works. You know, we've known each other for less than a week. I do not understand the magic.
He immediately reaches behind him and pulls the drawstring on his apron and walks to the front door, closes it, and locks it. Take me to it.
Hold on. She turns away from him. Are you sure this is a good idea?
Dural has been nothing but beneficial for us. He was the one who turned us to the magic of Vormanon. He has led us and helped us with our journey.
However, that creature that we found in there did say never to bring anybody back in. It might not be the healthiest to be around.
We are not going back into there. Marion brought its body, or its old body, back with us.
This is true. I don't know. I still have my reservations, but whatever you decide.
I believe Droll wants to see the body.
The mechanical body, not
yes. Yes, the
not
mechanical body, not the real one. Well, whatever that thing was. The abomination.
fine. But I need more mana. We need to figure out a way to get him to tell us where we can get more or where he's keeping a stash.
You wasted this stuff that you had.
I did not.
Bad creature.
The one time.
What do you mean, bad creature?
Nothing.
Let us hurry upstairs. I saw Marion walk upstairs with it. I need to look at it now.
We will be waking the orc up. This would not be a good idea. But I find it amusing. So let's go.
I'd like to do it.
Okay. And this is a good time to take a 10-minute break.
All
and
right.
we will come back.
Cool.
We'll be
I wonder how
right
far I
back.
can throw a bed.
We're live.
And welcome back. So, as you all walk up the stairs, you notice that as Jaral is walking up the stairs, he seems to almost be picking up speed. When you get to the top of the stairs, he doesn't even hesitate. He pulls out a ring of keys and unlocks the door and walks in. On the bed, you see Marion sleeping away, still in full clothes, still smattered in undead blood and everything else, with a clockwork man draped over his.
Brandy screams at Marion.
Okay, so no one's making a stealth check.
Marion, wake up!
Yeah, fuck! Ow! What? Fuck! Ow! What? What do you want? I only just finished healing all of my burns.
Jarl needs to look at this mechanical man.
So I undo the ropes and I throw it at them.
Jaral
Not very hard.
Jaral steps to the side and looks at it as it lands. He turns it over. He looks at the staff that is in its hand and follows the pipe to the canisters on the back. Looks inside, and then he opens what looks to be a chest cavity, and he starts poking around inside, and then seemingly ignores you.
Beerus points at the tanks in the back. I believe those were filled with mana.
He continues to poke around inside.
Brandy looks over his shoulder.
Okay. After a few moments, he looks up. Who did you get this from?
We did not get it from anybody. We were in a ruin below the city.
Do you know how rare one of these are?
Obviously not.
Yeah, I've been here for like 2 weeks.
I do not believe they are common. I have not seen one walking around.
I have only heard of a few of these in my time. This is very rare indeed. It is one thing to make a clockwork. It is another thing to create a clockwork in which to house an entire consciousness.
The being that was inside did not seem whole.
This is probably one of the most amazing finds I've seen. Well done.
I'm glad that something good came out of that. We did kill some bandit leader along the way.
Yes, Tenorus. Marion told me earlier.
I did not know who he was. He attacked us, and he met Myros.
He waves his hand at you dismissively.
What is done is done.
know
Now.
of anyone by the name of Bartleby?
No, should I?
No, just wondering.
She asks very strange questions.
Yeah, it's my thing.
Would you go ahead and roll me a deception?
Who, me?
No, Brandy.
Oh, I thought that was gonna be really awful.
He cocks an eyebrow at you. Huh.
She grins cheekily.
He shrugs his shoulders. I need you to know that if you continue going on some of these treasure recoveries for me, some of these clockworks are much more dangerous than this one.
This one was quite dangerous.
Yes, this one was made for a good reason, if you want to call it good. Some of the clockworks are not. Some are experiments.
There was one more thing that I found that you might find interesting.
And that is?
It is a strange stick with writing on it, or engravings.
Let me see.
Beerus pulls out the wand.
Where did you get that?
I found it on the body of I think the Enviro said the changing one.
He takes it from you and he looks at it. And he waves his hand over it and speaks an incantation. Some sparks leave his fingers.
You know magic?
He smiles and looks at you. Everyone needs to know a little magic to know what they're buying.
Thank you.
Anything else other than that is dangerous.
Thank you.
This, he holds it up between his two fingers, is an interesting thing. If you hold it in your hand and you speak a word, it will create a shield to protect you.
Ooh.
It did not protect the one who was wielding it.
He must not have had the chance to retrieve it from himself.
That is fair. And Varl seemed to want him gone quite quickly.
Well,
I believe the proper term is murder.
Are you still high?
Yes, I am. Unless he tells me I'm not.
I figured this would last until you went to bed, for comedy value.
Whee!
All right. He reaches down and he struggles to pick up the clockwork machine. Take this into the storage chambers downstairs. You all rest. Sleep.
Can we have the wand back?
He already gave it to. He'll give it back to whoever wants it.
Beerus will literally take it, hand it to Brandy, like it's some kind of bug or something.
Okay. Brandy, you are handed a wand.
Yeah! She's super excited.
He walks out the door and he closes the door.
I am going to my room. I have much to think about while we shop for supplies. I will be leaving to go to my tribe. If the rest of you wish to travel with me, we'll speak of it tomorrow when Envarel is in her right mind.
Don't think I've lost track of your eyebrows. I see them.
What are
Both
eyebrows?
of them. Yeah.
He
Pretend
blink-
you don't know.
He blinks his first set of eyelids and then the second set. I do not understand.
Hey, Varl, I think I saw a dark magic user walk down those stairs just now.
Oh, for the love of God, Ashlyn.
I pull out my sword and run down the stairs. To the death of you!
He turns. Beerus turns towards Randy. You do know that Gerard locked this door. There is nobody downstairs.
Okay, so you turn.
Marion goes back to sleep.
They locked the door.
Beerus is going into his bed.
Okay.
He is done with the shenanigans.
Where are you, dark sorcerer? Reveal thyself! Wings played around wildly. Are you invisible like the clock mage?
Gerald kind of walks up to you and he's like, perhaps I was wrong in giving you that drink, but your room is over here.
Colored lights, you are my best friend.
I'm not sure how I went from being mistreated from you to being your best friend, but I'll take it.
Come, tomorrow we burn everything to the ground.
Please no. I make much money here.
Yes, yes. Everything to the ground.
He walks
Definitely
in
not that.
He walks in Varl to her room and puts her into bed.
I like her this way.
I'll probably just pass out then.
Okay. Everybody else going to sleep?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I'm asleep.
Okay, go ahead and we'll go through the night. And you guys go ahead and recover your hit points and any spells you've lost. Consider yourself as having a long rest and let me know when you're...
I'm all good.
I'm good.
I'm good.
All set.
Good to go.
Okay. Dawn peeks through the windows, but something else peeks through the window as well. Sound. The outside streets are unusually loud for the time of day. You all notice, as you wake, it sounds like there's many, many feet scuffling around outside of the tavern.
Interesting. Is there any windows in our room? In my room?
There are.
All right, Beers will take a look outside then.
As you look outside, you see standing around the building, shoulder to shoulder, men in full plate armor.
Huh.
Do I have a
Okay.
window?
Did I hear that too, or is that just like a perception thing?
Yep,
That-
yep. Everybody heard it.
Okay.
Beerus
Does
will go
Mar-
downstairs into the back into the bar area.
I donned my armor.
Does Marion
Okay.
have a window too?
Yeah, yeah. You all have a window. You can all see this.
Okay. Brandy wanted to make a scroll.
John Boy, you realize that these men in full plate armor seem to have some crest on their chest that you've never seen before.
Yeah, they have a fancy image on them. They must be somebody from out of town, or maybe somebody unusual at least.
As you head downstairs, you see Gerald being handcuffed behind his back.
What?
Well, shackled, rather.
Why are you doing that? I yell very loudly.
The man turns to regard you. He is wearing the same full plate armor, but he has a very deep red cloak on his back. He turns to you and he doesn't seem to take any effect to you. This man is under arrest.
Are we gonna fight?
By who? Out of character, how many people in full plate armor are there?
There are currently 4 in the middle of the room around Gerald.
Can I insight him saying that he's under?
Gerald, why are they taking you?
You can insight if you'd like. And
I have a
it
13.
seems like he's a person of authority. He doesn't seem like he's trying to lie to you in any way. Gerald looks up at you. He kind of like grins, and you can see all his like pointed, jagged teeth. And he goes, "Eh, it had to happen sometime."
What are you going to do with him?
We're going to bring him into prison.
What are his charges?
Hey, Gerald, how just is your legal system?
Gerald kind of chuckles and looks at you. His crimes, of course, are treason, firstly. Secondly, dealing in objects of mana. Thirdly, stealing of ancient relics.
Let's
That all
bust him out.
checks out.
That's my kind of shit.
Now, as you are normal patrons of this bar, I don't see any reason to arrest you. So I wouldn't give me one.
Marion, are we
That is
doing
fair.
that?
That
He
is
starts
fair.
shuffling Gerald out of the tap.
I use Thieves' Cant to ask
Uh,
Gerald if he needs to be rescued. If he's like, he doesn't seem very worried, so I want to know if he's afraid.
John Boy, you know thieves. Well,
I do.
all right. I'm gonna send you both a message.
done.
What?
Yeah, don't talk about it right now.
Oh God.
I guess,
Let us get our things from upstairs.
Well,
All right,
bad
well-
luck, Gerald.
Mm.
We've got to go get our things.
Well, in that case, I will focus on creating a scroll that will probably be useful at some.
As I head upstairs, I point towards Marion's room and I head inside of it.
Yep, I'm going up back to my room.
I will do the same.
Fine.
I'll follow.
Okay, you all enter the room.
All he said was to take care of the bar.
Yep.
Oh, he's probably got good shit in there.
Randy, tone it down for a minute.
Mm.
I have enough rope and enough cloth. I can wrap you in a sack.
Fine.
This is not good.
Are we busting him out?
No.
He didn't seem worried about it, and... well... call it the price of doing business.
He's got connections.
He won't see the chop.
And even if he does, I would imagine it would be quite the facade of illusion.
Let's just say I doubt that we've seen the last of Gerald. In one way or another.
This is very troubling to me. We have just
But for
lost
now-
a major connection.
He said to take care of the bar.
Brandy goes to look at the bar.
No. Wait till the guards leave.
We're gonna wait.
We are patrons of the bar, not people who work here.
Oh, in the bar.
They'll arrest you if you go down and start looking suspicious.
Fine.
So, Beerus, how long will it take us to get to your people and back?
2 weeks travel at least, one way.
Then we need to find the Dragonborn so that there's someone trustworthy in charge of the bar while we go help. Because it seemed like there was no time to waste.
Yes, agreed.
But we should definitely help ourselves to all necessary supplies from the bar.
I disagree with that.
Gerald would have
agree
wanted
with
us to. He told us to take care of the bar. Take care of the bar can include drinking its contents while I'm very, very thirsty.
I do believe he was hinting at the fact that we could probably get to the hidden back room by hitting something on the bar.
That seems more likely.
That is how we got down there the first time. That being said, we do need to wait. We need to buy supplies. Regardless, we will be here in town for at least a day or two while we gather our resources. During that time, we should look for the other owner or bartender of the bar.
Sounds like a plan.
I am very sorry to disappoint.
Nah. I probably would have left some money behind anyway.
You didn't get to close your tab.
I'll work
Ah.
out payment with the owner when the owner gets released. But for now, I should see how much I do owe. I might need to start a savings account.
What is it? I don't. I'm going to go downstairs and see if we can find some food.
Oh yes, I want to find food. I'll follow.
Pierce goes downstairs and sits down at one of the tables and just watches watches the proceedings.
Brandon's gonna just kind of take a cat nap, stay alert, but he's waiting to hear from Beerus that it's time to get going.
Beerus, you notice that it's not just Gerald that's arrested. There are a number of people in the downstairs sort of fighting arena area that are arrested as well.
Oh, they got downstairs. Shit.
So they're sort of funneling the fighters out, and they even get a hold of Gobstank, who was down there as well.
No,
Who
not
is
Gobstack.
I show literally zero recognition.
Yeah.
So
Oh my
cute.
god.
Gobstank was the person that ran all the fighting arenas downstairs in the Blade and Barrel.
I turn to one of the guards. Excuse me. With the arrest of the owner, who will be in charge of the facility?
Hey, it's not my problem.
That is fair. That is fair.
Nah, he continues on.
Yeah, I can't.
These are all criminals. They should be arrested. That's my view.
Yep, so they're sort of shuffled out. Gobstank puts up a huge fit. He tries to stab somebody with his pegged leg.
Get him!
I hope he wins.
Alright, so after that's complete, everything in the bar is pretty quiet.
Alright.
Go ahead and why don't everybody roll me a perception check.
Lame.
Marion, you see that yeah, there's they're walking down the side of the street with all of the criminals, and as you sort of like watch them walk by the windows in the front of the bar, you notice the person with Gobstank take a left down the alley that leads between the tavern and the next building over, passing by the window on the left side of the building.
Could you repeat that last sentence, please?
What's that?
Could you repeat that last sentence description, please? I didn't quite form a mental picture.
Sure. So there are windows on the front side of the building, and you see diagonally to the building to the left, through the front windows, that there is an alleyway, and you see the guard and Gobstank take a left down that alleyway.
Cool. I'm gonna try and sneak after him.
Okay, roll it.
I'm
Jesus.
Holy shit.
I am not
What
taking
the
anyone
heck?
with me.
Okay then.
I'm afraid they'll cause me more trouble than they're worth.
So you sneak very stealthily out of the building and follow after, and as you come around the corner, you see the guard walking back toward you, and Gobstank hobbling away, no longer in cuffs.
So the guard let him go. Is the guard in sight of anybody else?
No.
Okay. I'm going to non-lethal damage the guard unconscious. We're gonna have a chat.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead and
So I'm going to make a noose out of rope and throw it over his head, and choke him unconscious.
Why?
Because it's curious.
He's on.
Do you
Okay,
even have time to do that?
I need you to make me an. So you make the noose and go ahead and roll me an athletics check.
This could backfire.
Okay. You fit it over his head, over top of his full plate helmet, but you notice that the space between the rope gets caught on the bottom of the helmet and not between the space between the bottom helmet and the bottom of the helmet and the breastplate. So you try to choke him. He looks quite uncomfortable, but he is able to scream out, "Help! Help!
Oh no.
Guards on me!" And you hear a number of shuffling
So
pieces of
he
metal.
still hasn't seen me yet. I'm behind him. So I'm gonna rage and then shove him straight forward into the dirt as hard as I can and run back into the bar.
Would we be able to hear him calling for help?
Yes, you would.
I go outside.
Oh, please, God, no.
I am staying completely out of this. Fierce has like that realistic lizard like face on, like the photorealistic lizard, like the oh god, what is going
Okay.
on?
And Varl, at hearing the cry for help, you come around the corner with a number of guards. Marion, I need you to roll another athletics check opposing me, because now that you're choking him with a rope, he's going to try to make sure you don't get away.
Okay. So would I be able to become enraged? That can happen real fast.
I'll say sure.
Cool. Advantage. God damn it! Well, bye guys.
Not helping.
Marion, you are tackled to the ground by this guard.
Really badly.
Brandy
and Varl,
yells out the window. He didn't pay his tab!
And Varl, you walk around the corner to see Marion being grappled by now a number of guards, and they are shackling him.
Is
Can we-
the goblin still here?
Oh no, the goblin walked away a long time ago.
Should we help him?
Gotcha.
I'm not telling anybody.
I feel like we should, though.
Do I get another chance to break free and make a run for it?
I'm gonna say no. I'm sorry, buddy.
No,
Gosh.
things have
All right.
backfired.
The guards shackle you, pull you up to your feet.
I'm gonna
And,
yell out, "Stop! What are you?" I'm gonna try to intimidate the guards.
Okay.
Eh.
Nice.
They
I'm just gonna
all-
look bigger than I am, set my hair on fire, just look down at them with the most conniving bitch.
Yes.
we're taking this person into custody.
Into my custody, you mean? He's my prisoner.
No, please, not her. Anything but her.
Quiet, you lout.
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Who I am is above your jurisdiction. Hand him over, and I will not have to report this to your superior.
Is she literally flying at this point?
No, I'm not going to waste my wings on this.
Fair. I did something stupid.
It's a once per day thing, otherwise I would.
Would you go ahead and roll me a deception?
Oh man.
Ugh. Hey, that's pretty good.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're not one of us. Sure?
I would say not. I go over and grab his chains.
So
And
I'm gonna
you.
pretend struggle to get away.
Okay.
I, hold him and punch him in
I'm
the face.
assisting her rolls. Not actually doing something separate. I'm just following her lead because I was stupid.
I am gonna punch him in the face. Think you could get away? Ha! Not with these fine guardsmen around here. I'll make sure you're all properly rewarded when I return.
And another guard comes around the corner of this one wearing a red cape.
Oh,
And
no.
where are you taking him?
Oh, come on.
I'm afraid that's classified, unless you wish to answer to your superior. And I'll, intimidate him with that. If that's cool.
Sure.
Ah!
Just, staring him dead in the eyes.
Oh!
Okay, and Varl's now my favorite.
Oh my
He-
god!
Invarl, you notice he stares back
Ooh.
and doesn't, and just locks eyes. Nods his head.
Nods
Didn't
back.
really care anyway. As far as I'm concerned. Do what you wish with him. I got what I came for.
And I shall do exactly as you say, what I wish with him. And I'm gonna pull him by the cuffs back into the bar.
Kinky.
He turns around. Come on, men! And they start shuffling away.
I cannot believe that stupid fucking guard beat me on two strength-based things.
I'll make it known.
I had a
The minute you you come back into the bar, Beerus looks at you and goes, and they call me the dumb one.
Yeah, what the hell was that?
He let
Someone will need
Gobstank
to-
go, and I wanted to know why.
Then
Oh
why didn't
my-
you just ask Gobstank?
Because he had disappeared. And he's a stabby little fucker.
That is
Someone will
true.
need to get these cuffs off of him. Unless he can do it himself.
I want to try.
Sure, make me a strength check.
There's my rules.
I'm gonna go with you're still technically raging, so you managed to bend them slightly. Enough so that the others can help you get them off.
Anvaro, I owe you at least 5. Thank you very much for bailing me out of my mistake.
Not a problem. Consider my debt to you repaid.
Fair.
Finally, we have someone else to make fun of.
Yeah, that was a brandy level decision.
Yeah, that was dumb.
I would like to state that none of us are bleeding because of my decision.
As blood comes down, rolls down his face from Invarl punching him.
No one besides me is bleeding from this, and I always bleed.
Fair. but that was incredibly rash. Perhaps you should
I think I need to find a disguise in
forward
here.
decisions with us before making some decisions.
That's reasonable. So I guess I'm going out under some sacks of grain on a cart or something because I probably shouldn't be seen by guards for a while.
From what I heard,
He's-
it did not sound like they cared too much.
And he said I could do what I wished with you. I wished to set you free.
I won't argue.
All right, guys. Well, it's 11:11, and we can do equipment off stream
All right.
for your trip.
Sounds
and
good.
I think we're gonna end for
All
there
right,
today.
fine.
Yay! Good session.
Good, because I had a
Good
question.
Sure.
I
Well-
finally passed some skill checks.
I know you look killing
I
it.
did
on
it.
those. Yeah, you finally started rolling because you have a +7 in intimidation, and every time you roll intimidation previously, it's always been utter shit.
Yeah.
So I want to say it's bullshit that that the best raw die I rolled in all this was a 10.
Ugh.
Ick. All right, guys. So that's the end of the stream.
All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. Remember, you can see us back here every other Saturday, starting at 8 for Erimos, and every Sunday for Seekers of the Lost. And remember, not all who wander are lost. Have a good night.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Good evening.